Can you hear me? I want to open an Excel sheet so that we can move a retro fast. And again, the Excel sheet will help us to arrange the work well. So just 1 minute, I open an Excel sheet. That will help us to move a retro fast. Let's look at, see whether you can, tell me whether you can see my Excel sheet. Now, this one in an examination, you need to arrange well and you need to move fast. Let's go to the question. Calculate the financial ratios for each of the 3 subsidiaries, then describe these 3 companies from the financial point of view. That question is very detailed, and I want us to look at the available information. The ratios, we start with the first one. This is the equity multiplier. Let me put ratio number 1. The equity multiplier. I want to put the companies. We have 3 companies, 3 subsidiaries: Kivu, Ruhondo, Ihema. Kivu, Ruhondo, Ihema. So I'll say that here is Kivu, Ruhondo, and Ihema. Kivu, Ruhondo, and Ihema. I want us to start, maybe I can introduce a part there. In an examination, I will do a remarks there. So we have the first ratio. We talk of the financial multiplier. When you talk of the financial, the equity multiplier, it is given by the total assets as a percentage, or the total assets compared to the equity. So we take the total assets over shareholders' equity, if we can put it this way. Let me try to put the formula. This one is equal to the total assets we divide by the equity. The equity. So when I come to this part of the question, I will want to ask myself, from each of the companies, the first one, how much is the total assets and how much is the equity? Just go to the question. We see the total assets, shareholders' equity is given. Total assets. For the first one, we are given 30.1. Shareholders' equity is 10.9. I don't know whether you can see that. Are we together? Let's see, Kivu, total assets. We have total assets 30.1, 10.9. 30.1 divided by 10.9. Can you confirm, please? Let us confirm whether that is what we are given. Is that what we have? So I can assume that's correct. So if I put it there, how much is this? This is equal to 30.1 divided by 10.9. I think that is it. Please, can we confirm that that is correct? Let me see whether we are moving together. Are we together? I think your response is yes. Okay. So if that is the case, we go to the next one. I can make it easier. Suppose I put it there because I have put the formula here, total assets. So I want to make it easier. Then we go to the next one. 37 over 16, 37.3. 37.3 over 16.5. 37.3 is it 37.3 over 16.5? Total assets for the other one 33.7, 13.7, 33.7, 33.7 over 13.7, like that. Oh, sorry, like that. That one will give us the equity multiplier. The equity multiplier. Now, you can decide to write the remarks to answer the second part of the question by taking step by step. For every step you compute, you give a remark. For every step you compute, you give a remark. Like if you are told to give a remark for this one, what would you say? You are supposed to give it and give the information from the point that you are at any one point. So to make the question not be to have a lot, we can say that equity multiplier, we have Kivu has the best equity multiplier. Equity multiplier with Ruhondo the least. With the Ruhondo the least. Then we go to ratio number 2. So what was the question number 2? Assets turnover. Total assets turnover. I don't know whether you know how we get the total assets turnover. Maybe someone can Text me. How do we get the assets turnover? Someone to text on that. Assets turnover. Assets turnover is sales. This one you divide by total assets. Sales over total assets. Do we have that in the question? Let's see. Sales over total assets. Where is the question? Sales over total assets. Sales. I don't know if I copied them here. They will reflect. Let me see. Sales over total assets. Oh, they cannot all. Let me try and see whether if I copied this table, it will reflect well here. Oh, it is not. It is not reflecting as a table. Let me see whether it is not. So I'll have to copy. So we have the sales 49.1 and the total asset is 30.1. $49.1 divided by 30.1. That one will give for that one company. For the second one again, we say 72.5, 37. 72.5 divided by 37 point. Total assets 37.3. We give it equals. Then the last one, sales 60.8, 33.7, 60.8 divided by 33.7. 1.6, 1.9. Ruhondo is better. Is the best, and Kivu the least. Kivu is the least. Is the least. Then we have ratio number 3. Back to the question. Number 3, profit margin. We have the profit margin. So I'll have it there. This one we talk of net profit. Net profit divided by sales. Net profit divided by sales. So we got the sales and the net profit. Back to the question. Sales, net income 2.1, 3.5. 2.1, 2.1, 3.1. We divide by the sales. the sales 49.1, 49.1. The second one equals, the sales in the second one is 72.5. 72.5. The last one is 60.8. 60.8, like that. But these ones, we give them as a percentage. You can give them as a percentage that way. So again, when you look at this one, Ruhondo is better and Kivu is the least. Like that. Number 4. Number 4. Ratio number 4 is return on equity. Return on equity is equal to net income, you divide by the equity. The equity. So these three, we are going to use the same net income. So I can copy this one. I paste it here, but I will change the equity. Equity. Shareholders equity 10.9. 10.9. I come to the second one. The second one is 16.5. The last one is 13.7. Like that. So again, when you look at this one, Ruhondo is the best. Ruhondo is the best. And Kivu is the least. So Ruhondo for the that time becomes the best. Number 5. Number 5. Ratio number 5, again from the question, market capitalization. Market capitalization. For this one, we say it is equal to number of shares. You multiply by the MPS, the market price per share. In the question, number of shares, do we have the number equity shares? Let me see. Shares outstanding is 0.9. Yeah, these ones, they follow each other. So I have 0.9, 48.8 equals 0.9 times, is it 48.8? 0.9, 48.8, 0.9, 48.8, 1.3, 83.7. 1.3, we multiply by 83.7. Then we give the next one. It is giving me 1.1, 66.2. 1.1, you multiply by 66.2. Good. So when you look at this one, Ruhondo again has the highest value, Kivu the least. Ruhondo is the best in valuation, Kivu is the least. In fact, this one helps you to analyze very well because you are looking at item by item. We go to ratio number 6. Ratio number 6. The 6th ratio, what are we given? Market cap, the enterprise value. We are asked to give the enterprise value. The other one was market capitalization, where we get the value of the market. And then we have the enterprise value. The enterprise value is determined by the market capitalization. You less debt, you add debt, then you less cash. That is what we call the enterprise value. The enterprise value. The equity, market capitalization, plus debt minus the cash. That gives the value. So here, I'll say that is capitalization, market capitalization, market capitalization. You add the debt in that firm, you add debt, but you minus the cash. Now, from what we have the market capitalization here up. We add the amount of debt for this firm. If you went back to the question, do we have the amount of debt? Total asset, interest-bearing debt. Interest-bearing debt, it is the debt, 9.3. 0.4 is the cash, 9.3, 0.4. Plus 9.3 minus 0.4. Then you come to this one, equals market capitalization. You add the debt, 13.5, you minus 1.8. 13.5 minus 1.8. Then you go to this other one, you add how much? 11.4, 1.1. 11.4, 1.1, like that. So again, Rihondo is the best, Kivu is the least. So they got a certain pattern. Number 7. Ratio number 7. I don't know whether we are together. Are we still together? Can I see by the show of hands? Are we still together? Are we still there? The most important is that part of the formula. Good, we are together. I've given the two formulas. The person asking whether capitalization is the same as the value of the firm. The value of the firm is given differently. The outstanding shares is the number of shares. Yes, is the number of shares. It's the number of shares. Good. Let's continue. The next item, the next ratio. Where are we? Where are we? We have the price earnings ratio. The price earnings ratio. Price earnings ratio. MPS over EPS. This one we say it is equal to MPS. Sorry. Yeah, the MPS over EPS. Market price per share over the EPS, price earnings ratio. Price earnings ratio. I want to overlap this one. Yes. So price earnings ratio is equal to, we got the MPS. Go to the question again. Price per share 48.8. Do we have the earnings per share? Are we given the earnings per share? Okay, we are not given the earnings per share. So allow me to determine so that at least we can move together. I want to put it here. MPS, I will put here the EPS. EPS is equal to earnings per share. Earnings per share is equal to the total earnings. Net income 2.1 over 0.9 equals 2.1 over 0.9. This other one is earnings per share for the second one is 5 over 1.3. 5 over 1.3. 5 over 1.3. And the next one is 83.7 divided by this one. The next one is 66.2. 66.2 divided by this one. So when you look at it, Kivu is the best and Ihema is the least. It is like the first thing here, the first one. So we say that Kivu is the best. Is the best with Ihema the least. Yeah, is it? No, Ruhondo. Which one is the best? Ruhondo is the best. Ruhondo remained the best. Ruhondo is the best and Ihema is the least. This time, Ihema is the least. Ihema is the least. That is ratio number 7. Ratio number 8. Ratio number 8. We are given we have, oh, where is this? There is the enterprise value, the multiples enterprise value. No, this one is should be referring to the same thing, the enterprise value. When you look at enterprise, the value, okay, when we take the enterprise value as multiples, it means it must be compared. It must be compared with something. And comparing the enterprise value as multiple, comparing with something, it is the enterprise value you divide by the earnings before interest, depreciation, and tax. Earnings before depreciation, interest, and tax. So that is what we take. Then we divide by we take the enterprise value. So it should be equal to, if I take this enterprise value, this one, I come and place it here like that as a multiple. It is compared with something. So it is equal to the enterprise value divided by the earnings before depreciation, interest, tax. Earnings before depreciation, interest, and tax. So we'll have to compare it. The earnings before interest, depreciation, and tax. Now, when it comes to that one, we need to establish, do we have this amount? If I go back to the question, I have the earnings before interest and tax, but I need to get earnings before interest and tax and before the depreciation. So I will have to take earnings before interest and tax. Let me see whether I can copy this. Earnings before interest and tax. Let me try to compute it here. Earnings before interest and tax. And here I have depreciation. Here I have earnings before depreciation, interest, and tax, like that. Earnings before depreciation, interest, and tax. So earnings before tax is given in the question. 3.8, 15.3. Then I have 9.5, 9.5. Then I'll have depreciation. Are we given depreciation? 1.4, 1.5, 1.4, 1.4, 1.5, 1.4. So when I take this equals this plus this one, it will give me the earnings before depreciation, interest, and tax. So if I want to get the enterprise value as a multiple, I will pick the enterprise value, this enterprise value, divided by this, like that. And that is the way to go about it. Again, when you look at it, Kivu is the best and Ruhondo is the least. So if I could pick it from here, I can say that Kivu is the best. Kivu is the best. Kivu is the best and the Ruhondo is the least. Yes, that is how it is. Item number 9. Item number 9. Earnings before interest, depreciation, and tax. Oh, this one actually is there. I have already computed. Earnings before interest, depreciation, and tax. Then do we have number 10? Capital intensity. Before we do the capital intensity, we need to explain this. Which one is the best? Ruhondo is the best, Kivu is the least. Ruhondo is the best, Ihema is the least. No, Kivu is the least. Kivu is the least. And the last one, we look at the intensity of the organizational capital. The capital intensity is the ability of the firm to generate revenue from its assets. So it is total assets divided by the sales. So it is total assets divided by the sales. That gives the intensity of a firm. And if you picked the first one, total assets in the first one, total assets 30.1, sales is 49.1. And I can give it a different approach. I can give the reciprocal of assets turnover. Total asset over sales, I can give it like a reciprocal, like that. If that is the case, then Kivu is the best. And Ruhondo is the least. Like that. So that's what would be expected, and that is the explanation that was expected in that part of the question, in the computation of the ratios. Oh, someone says I share the screen. I was not sharing the screen. Sorry, I had not seen. But at least I will share. I will let me just copy this one so that at least I share it in the Word document. Let me copy it and share it in the Word document so that I can share with you. I'll post it. I had not seen that text. Yeah, but I've put it on the Word document. You'll be able to see it. Sorry for that, but okay, that is it. And I have done both the computation and the explanation. If we are to look at the last part of the question, the last part of this question, we are told that identify the ethical issues reported in Paraga Limited and the likely impact of these issues on the company. Okay, let's first go to that part of the Mparaga Limited. Please, let's move together. Open your question. Mparaga Limited is a commodity trading and mining company. It produces metal, mineral, energy, and agricultural commodity. The company serves the automotive, steel, power generation, battery manufacturing, and oil sector globally. The company has recently come under intense scrutiny for various ethical issues. Staff have long complained of cases of bullying, harassment, and discrimination taking place one after another, and after reporting, no action is taken. A few months ago, several issues were raised in what seemed like a leaked newspaper article In the article, it appears that staff work in poor condition. For instance, staff working in mines have no protective personal equipment. The investigative journalists who reported this accusation claimed that when he visited one of the mines, there were 9 children under the age of 15 working along with other older staff. So the question is, if you go down there, you are required to identify the ethical issues reported in Mparaga Limited and the likely impact of these issues on the company if not addressed effectively. Now, read through it 1 minute, so that we can look at it. We wind up this business. We wind up. Read through that question. I want to wind up this part, and I want to just explain and demonstrate it. So allow me to share my screen. Let me just share my screen so that we can discuss it together. I want to display my Word document. See whether you can see my Word document. Let me know whether you can see it. The Word document, please. Let me know whether you can see it. Well, today we have even extended the time. Yeah, I'm sharing the Word document. Good. Let us wind up. Ethical issues in Mparaga Limited. Number 1, bullying, harassment, and discrimination In the workplace, staff complaint indicates a toxic work culture where harassment and discrimination are tolerated. Lack of corrective action signals poor governance and weak ethical or HR ethics policy. 2, neglect of staff welfare and safety. Employees, especially mines, are working without protective personal equipment, that is protective gear. That again shows disregard for occupational health and safety standards. Number 3 is the use of child labor. Discovery of 9 children out of 15 working in mines is a major ethical and illegal violation. Breaches international labor laws. There is the UN right of the children, the convention of the ILO, International Labor Organization's law. Then we talk of the corporate governance failure, management failure to respond to the staff report, and the external allegation shows accountability and the ethical leadership. Number 5, exploitation. We have the issue of exploitation of vulnerable community. Poor working condition and child labor suggest exploitation of economically vulnerable groups. Lack of transparency and accountability. There is ethical issues were exposed only through a leakage newspaper article, not through transparency internal reporting. So suggest deliberate concealment of misconduct. What is the likely impact if not addressed? Number 1, legal and regulatory consequences, that is child labor and unsafe working condition can lead to lawsuit, fines, mine closure, or withdrawal of the mining licenses. The possible criminal liability for directors. The other one is reputational damage. Negative media publicity will harm the company's brand image globally. Customer, investor, and partner may sabotage due to ethical risk. The other thing is the loss of investor and shareholders' confidence. We talk of the ESG, environmental social governance compliance is crucial in investor decision today. Unethical practices could result in divestment and the higher cost of capital. Employee morale and productivity. Employee morale will be reduced. Operational risk like the accident at place of work. Regulatory and market expulsion, that is the company may lose contract with international buyers who demand ethical sources. The last item could be long-term sustainability threatened. The company is exposed to possible failure in the near future. To the best of my ability, I think I have done what I could have done within the time that we had. We have not wasted any time, so that is the best that we could have done within that period of time. We've tried to do the best. It is not as easy as it looks, but we have made it the easiest possible. I may not have any other time to meet you. What I want to say that I appreciate your patience. I appreciate your sacrifice. It called for a two-way sacrifice. Everyone sacrificed to the extent that they could. And I think I have given it to the best that I could within the time that was allowed. I want to wish you all the best as you sit for your examination. We might not meet again for classes, but we might meet in practice. We might meet in practice. Anytime we meet anywhere, you can always say hi because it is easier for you to recognize me than it